Postmenopausal hair health. It's a huge concern for so many people, but what does an expert actually recommend doing about it? Well, today we're going to break down the advice from a specialist trichologist. That's a hair and scalp scientist to really understand the protocol for managing hair thinning during this stage of life, and we're getting it straight from the source.
So, let's get right to it. What is that expert protocol for menopausal hair loss? According to our source, it all starts with understanding what's actually causing the problem in the first place.
Okay, first things first, the two root causes. Before we can even jump to a solution, the specialist says we absolutely have to understand the why. And it really boils down to two fundamental shifts that are happening inside the body.
And here they are. You can think of it as a kind of 1-2 punch. On one hand, you've got the hormonal shifts that everyone expects, and those directly mess with your normal hair growth cycles. But, and this is really important, it's not just that. You also have adrenal fluctuations. This means your body's stress response system is also changing, which can add a whole other layer of impact on your hair's health.
So if you have a problem with two internal causes, how do you even begin to solve it? Well, the specialist recommends an inside-out solution. It's a two-pronged approach that's designed to be, really comprehensive.
And this approach is broken down into two pretty simple steps. Step 1 is all about internal nutrient support to address what's going on inside your body. And step 2 is focused on external scalp treatment to create the perfect environment for hair to grow from the outside.
Okay, so what does this whole inside-out thing actually look like in practice, day to day? Let's take a closer look at the trichologist's daily regimen and the specific protocol they recommend.
So the internal support piece comes from a supplement called the F-growth vitamin. Now its purpose is really key here. This isn't just a generic multivitamin. It's specifically formulated to provide balanced nutrients, help stabilize those adrenal fluctuations we just talked about, and support the body as it goes through all these hormonal shifts. Next up is the external treatment, and that's a topical serum. According to the source, its job is to help balance hormones right there on the scalp, manage the local microbial environment, and actively encourage regrowth exactly where you apply it.
And this is how it all comes together in a simple daily routine. It's actually pretty straightforward. At night, you apply this serum to your scalp. Every day, you take the growth vitamin. And you also shampoo your scalp daily, just to keep it clean and ready to absorb the treatment.
All right, now for the part everyone really wants to know. Does it work? And if it does, how fast? The source makes a pretty bold claim about the timeline for a potential turnaround.
Just 1 month. The specialist suggests that by following this specific internal and external formula, a turnaround could happen incredibly fast. That's a really powerful claim.
And here it is, the direct quote from trichologist William Ganes himself. He says, "In many cases, it can turn around in as little as a month just by doing that formula." A seriously powerful statement for this kind of targeted approach.
So the key takeaway here is really this combined philosophy. The specialist's recommendation isn't about one single magic pill or some miracle serum. Instead, it's all about the synergy of working on the problem from the inside with nutritional support while also treating it from the outside, directly at the scalp.
And that leaves us with a pretty fascinating final thought. This strategy of combining internal and external treatments seems to be pretty effective in this case. So it kind of makes you wonder, right? Is this holistic, inside-out approach the future for how we're going to tackle all kinds of hair care challenges? It's definitely something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.